Welcome to Contractor Cuts, where we cover the good, the bad, and the ugly of growing a successful contracting company.
Hi, I'm Clark Turner, and welcome to Coaching Cuts. This is our short version of a podcast that we throw into our podcast channel where we cover individual things that I'm often saying when I'm doing coaching with different guys. So today we're talking about money management and making sure that we don't lose money at the end of the job. Have you ever been working on a job? I did so much stuff for free for this client. I bent over backwards, did a ton of free work, trying to make them happy. And we get to the end of the job and now they're trying to negotiate the price down. I don't want to pay for this. I don't want to pay for that. And I've already sacrificed, right? And there's that rough conversation of like, but I did this for free. I did this for free. And they're like, well, I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't agree to that. And you're getting into that argument with the customer and you just say, okay, fine, just knock $1,000 off and pay me the final. That's fine. And so you're losing money that way. What we want to do is fix that issue. We want to make you the hero when you're covering stuff for free and really allow yourself to build some ammunition for that final conversation. So let's talk about how to do that. First off, there's 3 times that you're going to do work for free on a job site. Number 1 is when you just want to cover it. And hopefully you don't do this a lot. I want a change order when you're working for stuff that needs to be done, right? So if I'm working on a wall, there's a little bit of termite damage, I'm going to pause on the job, send a change order to the customer. Hey, this is how much we need extra. Are we approved to do it? Now, sometimes guys, just for the sake of getting it done, and it's going to take me an extra 10 minutes so I can handle it, or telling the customer, hey, I'm just going to cover it. I just want to let you know that this happened. I'm going to handle this for you. Great. If you're doing that, that's fine. I like a change order if you're doing extra work, but that's number 1. Number 2 reason that we just cover stuff and do it for free is when it's a gray area, right? If I wrote paint the inside of the house and I was assuming that we were just painting the main floor, but they also had like one room in the basement, and they're like, well, that's part of the inside of the house. And I say, it's not. I quoted for the main floor. If you look at the square footage and like, well, you didn't tell me that. You wrote paint the whole inside of the house. And so there's this gray area between what I wrote without the detail needed on my estimate versus what they were expecting. And there's really kind of a gap there. On those occasions, I might just say, you know what? I'm just going to paint that other room. Don't worry about it. I'll handle it. Fine. Right? That's the gray area. The third one is a disagreement, right? When I say, hey, we weren't supposed to do that, and the customer says, no, you were, we talked about it, that's what this line means, and we're disagreeing on that of what was supposed to be done and what wasn't, and I might just say, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Or maybe a disagreement on quality or what was done, or I had to go have someone else come out and fix that. All of those type of disagreements where I say, you know, I disagree with me having to cover this, but for the sake of moving on, I'm just going to cover it. All 3 of those situations, we want to deal with the exact same way. Number 1, the first time that you realize, hey, I'm going to do something and I'm going to probably eat the cost, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to my crew that's going to be doing the work. I'm going to say, hey, listen, I think we need to paint this extra room. I think we need to fix that wall. How much do you think can I throw an extra $200 your way to get that done? Can I give you an extra $400? You know, you've done a lot of stuff. We got through this house pretty quickly. Would you mind just painting that extra room for me? Whatever it is, we're trying to understand our out-of-pocket costs before talking to the customer about it. Talk to the client, talk to my crew, talk to my vendor, figure out those extra costs. Next, I'm going to call up the homeowner and say, hey, we've got an issue. I know, whether it was the first, second, or third situation, let's go with the gray area. Hey, I know you thought that the bedroom was getting painted, and I was under the impression, and the way I quoted it was for the main room. It's going to cost me some money to get that basement painted, but I'm just going to cover it for you. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to take it out of my profits and just pay the crew and get this done. I just want to let you know we're doing that for you, and it's going to be no cost to you. Client says, thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Even if there's a disagreement, I say the same thing. You think that's supposed to get done. I don't think it is, but my goal is customer care and to make sure you're happy. So I'm just going to eat that. I'm going to pay my crew. I'm going to handle it. And so if I'm doing it, I'm going to make sure I'm quoting them a full amount, right? That extra room that we got to paint is going to be an extra $800. I'm just going to eat that for you. I'm going to eat $800, and I'm going to send them an email stating this. All right, I'm sending them an email saying, hey, as discussed, I'm just letting you know we're covering that room. It's going to cost $800 to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and waive that. I just wanted to let you know that that's happening, right? This is what's getting done. This is how much it's going to cost you. and I'm just going to eat it with my profits on this job. I'm going to handle it. I care more about your experience than me making the dollars on it. So we're going to cover that for you. Next thing I'm going to do is go to my quote, my estimate in the ProStruct 360 software. I'm going to make a line item at the bottom, and I'm going to say additional work, whatever the description is that I'm doing. And if I'm paying a crew extra, obviously I got to put a $200 line item or however much it is on that, and I'm going to charge the customer $0. In that, I'm going to send that work order to the crew, and I'm going to put on the scope, I'm going to write $800 for painting, not to the crew, but for the homeowner to see. That being said, it's $0, so I'm not charging the customer. Every single time I do extra work, I want to put a price and a line item on my estimate to show the customer in 6 months from now when we're standing at the final walk, final inspection to get the final paycheck from them. I can remember 6 months ago, I also did that for free, and I did that for free. And so I'm building this argument for the final conversation to either say, hey, look, I did $2,000 of work for free for you. I'm happy to do it. Thanks for the final payment. We're good to go. Or if we get to a spot where the customer's like, well, I don't want to pay for that, and I don't want to pay for this because I didn't think that toilet, the toilet was leaking and I had to fix it myself. I don't want to pay for that. Or, hey, can you give me a discount on this stuff because I'm not happy with it? Whatever it is, that's where the documentation that we made comes into play, right? So if I'm talking with a customer and they're saying, hey, Clark, you did install that toilet, but it was leaking a little bit, and I went ahead and fixed it. I feel like I shouldn't have to pay for the toilet install because I had to fix it. I'd say, I understand that. Remember, a couple months ago, I did this, and this for free, and I spent all of my extra money on $2,000 worth of work at this house that I'm not charging you for. So I understand you don't want to pay for the toilet. That's a gray area because it wasn't done properly, but you also didn't let me warranty it and send my guy back out. So I can't eat both numbers. So either you can pay for the $2,000 stuff that I did that was required earlier in the job, or you can pay me for the toilet. But I've already given all of my profits away earlier. Remember, we documented it. So I can't also just eat this other line item because I've already paid my plumber. Right. And so it allows you more ammunition to have those conversations with the customer at the end. If you have the documentation, the referencing back to it, and we can really build, hey, we did $5,000 of stuff for free. We did $2,000 of stuff for free. Really start documenting that stuff. Even if you're going to cover it anyways, but it's not in the scope. Hey, it's easy. I'm actually going to the dump. I've got a truck full of trash. There's a couple of bags of trash. I'm telling the homeowner, hey, you know what? I'm going to do a haul off for you. It wasn't on the quote. I realize it's not on there. It's going to be a couple $100. I'm just going to handle that for you. Just want to let you know. Put that in the documentation, put it on the line item. We're going to build ourselves ammunition for the final conversation to either make us look like a good guy or protect us from having to cover things in the argument against the homeowner. Hopefully you can start doing that. If you want to have a conversation of how to do it a little bit more in depth, I'd love to talk with you one-on-one. Go to ProStruct360.com, go to the Contact Us, reach out to us. I'll reach out to you directly from those emails, from that contact page, and we can set up a phone call. I'd love to talk to you for free for 30 minutes. Give you my input. If you want to get on the software, ProStruct360.com, try it out for free. I'll personally do an onboarding with you if you ask for me, and I will help you understand how to document jobs properly, how to build those estimates, and really how to protect all of your money and your reputation on the job sites. All right, thanks for listening today. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.